HondaLincoln.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CR-F Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CR-F 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, we got Haas to Breezy, the host as always, streaming in. If you guys want to join in, use the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. And if you want to put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, X, and if you got Allo Cable, Allo Channel 961. With that being said, let's go ahead and bring in the co-host of The Breeze. As always, Haas to Breezy. How's it going on this Sunday?
Happy Sunday. How's it going, Lincoln?
I think Lincoln's doing good.
Yeah, Lincoln has new sunshine today. It's been a minute since late December. Had a feeling of optimism and positivity and hope, and not because you changed coaches or anything else, that you feel like you actually have you've planted some seeds.
That's sad to think, like, most of the excitement I've had through Husker football since I've gotten down here in 2018 is just like a new coach that hasn't necessarily done anything yet because you're just grasping for straws of hope.
And they were going to let you down.
Yeah.
Like
More
they were going to let
often
you,
than not,
right?
yeah.
Like they were going to let you down. So to think that on a morning where the sun's out and that it's been a minute since season's end where it's a winning season. Not a get even season, not a close to winning season, not an almost winning season, but a winning season to get that 7th win and then to do it. And I don't want to, hammer it too hard, but the idea that you did it against a Bill O'Brien coach team, no matter who was playing for them, right? Because Nebraska had players that were out too. But a Bill O'Brien team is going to be disciplined. It'll fight hard. It'll do all the things. Boston College is a program that, quite frankly, if you're going to measure yourself by, you know what you're getting. And so you stand up in that moment, and then to have friction happen, right? To have bad things happen in the game. And then it is, I say it all the time because it's true, the most difficult thing in all of sports is to finish. And to get programs and teams and players to learn how to finish games, meaningful games, right? Finish a game, a regular season game, cool. Finish a meaningful game, and then your final game. Learning how to finish those things. Bravo to the Huskers. Bravo to Husker fans, because look, y'all been through it, man. Y'all have been through it. Oh my goodness. Like it's a dear friend. Hoss and I have a mutual friend, Rebecca, who is a Penn State fan, a Yankees fan, and a 49ers fan. And she rides hard with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 49ers have been to several Super Bowls recently. The Yankees have been divisional champions and, had opportunities to go to the World Series and do their thing, and you go, and Penn State, double-digit wins every year for the recent years that we've been around. But they can't get over the hump and beat Michigan State, Ohio State, et cetera. And the head banging that she does over not being able to win a title, and I just went, oh, Poor thing.
Sounds like a Husker fan.
Right? Like, poor thing. Like, you're complaining about winning most of the time.
It was like karma because we were doing that. To Haas's point,
Yeah.
you wind back the clock 20 years.
10 wins. 10 wins.
Well, 9 Haas. 10 he would have had the job if it was still 10.
It's funny. Haas, it's yeah. And it really is the thing. And Haas knows because he knows, like, during games, if Rebecca's texting, it's some complaint, right? It's just she's consistent. But the idea behind it is that Husker fans, even after the win yesterday, Haas, in our postgame shows,
Are you serious?
to tell you that it was 60-40 positive.
Oh my gosh.
But because they want somebody fired, they can't wait for somebody to leave.
Yeah, I know which guy.
Right, and I just went, no, not doing it. Not doing it. Like, I'm gonna laugh about it, of course.
We got so much time to do it and be negative. Like, let's just we just won the game. Let's just be happy about that. Let's not even grade, guys. Let's just take a breath.
They didn't even take they say you get 24 hours to celebrate. Like, 24 hours to celebrate before you reassess and get back to work, right? Nope. No, we weren't.
I saw the text line. They weren't even letting them get to the press conference before
Oh,
the
bro.
party was over.
Oh, bro. They were on his resume.
There was one negative thing that I saw, and it's not a Nebraska issue. It's just how football has changed. The Raiola slide and the rough in the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
That wasn't a penalty. I'm sorry. That's the same thing that Trevor Lawrence, that wasn't a penalty. But that's how they changed the game. Like, they have to. It's not a Nebraska thing. I'm not hating on Nebraska. I'm saying
listen. As a football player and as a football coach, it is our responsibility to evolve. And the whole knuckle dragging behind being able to hit people just because you want to hit them. Well, no. Why would you not want? I don't want people playing who won't take care of the other people playing. You're competing, and it's a violent sport, and I get all that. I get all that. But when somebody goes into a slide, and you know that Dylan Raiola has never once fattened his neck, thickened his back, and tried to take on a defender. Not once. Trevor Lawrence, not once. That's not what they're doing. Now, if you're telling me it's Tebow, and you know work is coming, okay. But even if Tebow decides to go feet first, the mission and the method is control your weapons. They say it a lot in UFC and in boxing, but in sports, they say it to pitchers. Control your weapons. Don't throw something up there you don't have control over. Like, you're a paid professional, you're elite. If you're at that level and you're running up and you can't break down at a tackle and stop, then you're not honoring the skill anyway. You're not. There's no practice that we've ever had that I've ever been a part of where we tell defenders to launch themselves violently head first at an offensive player. Not one. Don't missile launch yourself. That's not how tackles are done. There's a breakdown involved. There's a wrap involved. The idea is to get him to the ground and to take him to the ground, not just hit him to the ground. So we tell people, listen, I get that you get caught up in the moment. No, bro, that is not once. Again, we go back to it. Tell me the day, show me which day in practice we practice missile tackle, like launching ourselves at offensive players. And the moment you can show me that film, then I'll buy into you should have the ability to launch yourself at offensive players. Is that fair?
No, I 100% disagree. So, number one, there's a guy that wears 15 that has ruined it for everyone because he does fake slides, he does fake out of bounds, he does fake everything. And so, as a defender, how are you supposed to know what he's doing? So that Mahomes does
you know what you're doing
all the time.
You know what you're doing. So compression tackling exists. That if an offensive player is heading towards the sideline and you as the defender know that the sideline is an extra defender for you. The sideline doesn't move. It doesn't move. So your job as a tackler is to compress the offensive player to the sideline or into you. Either or. Either or.
That's
like
so tough. But you remember the Kenny Pickett fake slide? Like,
no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
That.
We're talking about the exceptions to the rule.
No.
We're talking about, we're literally talking about, you could name one play yesterday, 2 plays yesterday in all the games we watched yesterday where there was an issue, a quarterback putting a defender at issue. And in any of those cases, if the defender ran through and broke down, there'd be no issue. The breakdown is a constant, consistent part of tackling.
I got to go back and watch the Boston College because you're saying spearhead. I don't remember it being so.
Well, no,
which is crazy. I might be agreeing with Haas here, but like, man, I can see why Bill O'Brien
he lost his stuff like for 5 straight minutes,
and I can see why the refs didn't give him the penalty because I think they kind of saw the replay as well and we're like, all right, like we'll hear it.
My thing is this. In most cases, the reason why people are watching or came to the game is the guy with the ball. Fair?
Yeah. Fair. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Fair. Right?
Fair, yep. Fair,
It's 100% fair. And
yep.
listen, I'm sorry, but the official and number 59, I know that there's some venom attached to it and there's some jealousy, but why would I want to hurt them rather than just make the football play?
That's where I'm
make
having
the
a hard
football
time
play.
crossing that bridge. Like
make the football play.
I don't know,
like
trying to hurt him.
Like make the football, but you're trying to hurt someone. There's the line is right, and then you get into the then you're judging intention. Well, the intention is when you leave your feet, you have made intention known. If you're running up and you're standing up, listen, if you came up and you just bumped him, right, as he was going to the ground, well, first of all, think about it. You're angling at the belt buckle. So if he slides, yeah, you're going to get him in the head. But the reality is you are still in a football position.
Did he hit him in the head?
It's like on the back, a little bit on the side.
Right. So I would say that, listen, for all of this, there are rules of engagement. And I don't know that I've ever been to a college or NFL practice where launch tackling has been practiced. Not one. That's my thing. That you're bringing into the game a thing that is not practiced. It's not warranted. It's not suggested. That's what it is. Go up and make a tackle, and a tackle by definition isn't knocking somebody down. It's taking them to the ground, and there's a difference. And if you're going to the ground with them, I'm going to say that, okay, then you need better control of your core, right? If your core is out of whack, hey, bro, there's a way to fix that too.
I mean, it sounds like you've been in the meetings with the NFL and NCAA where they said we must protect the quarterbacks at all costs. They are prized jewels. And as a Nebraska fan, I'm happy that they're protecting Raiola. But, I mean, if you're going to leave the pocket and if you're going to run, the defender should have more than 1/1000th of a second to decide whether it's a slide or if he's juking or running or whatever. And he had no chance to decide what was going on. He had already made his decision that he's going to go tackle the quarterback.
If you're talking about Christian McCaffrey in open field and a safety's coming downhill to tackle Christian McCaffrey, how much time does he have to make a decision on where he's going to launch and wrap up on Christian McCaffrey? Same amount of time, literally the same. Matter of fact, maybe even an nth of a second less than a quarterback who doesn't. Again, Lamar Jackson, we could put into discussion, but in every case, every NFL player, every college player has that nth of a second reaction time. They all have. That's how they got there. They all do. It is when they go away from their technique that this stuff happens. Just honor your technique. Just do it's the break, like it's the foul contest at the basket in basketball. If you're contesting the shot, it's one thing. If you swing with it, if you extend the elbow, if you flash the hand, then you've taken it beyond the technique and you're trying to do damage. And at the rim, where giants live, you still have to control your weapons. You have to. Why? Because the person is at risk. We're not trying to put people at risk. You got to launch, recapture your balance, and land on 2 feet. Right? It's a thing. In baseball, look, you have a moment. Double play turn. Somebody's barreling down on you, and they're standing straight up. What's the rule? Throw through. But there's nothing in the metric that says that you need to throw through and hit the guy in the head. Control your weapons, and then control your body. Like this, we're talking about the elite 1% of humans, and this is how they got there. They literally have rules for engagement for how they practice. They all
The problem
do.
is I think he was under control. So that's the difference. So
Okay. Well, I mean, again, if you're talking about an exceptional situation where Raiola did what he was supposed to do, the defender did what he was supposed to do, and he bumped him. Like he wasn't violent. He didn't elevate the forearm, which also happens, right? That on the contact, then they lead with the shoulder, but then they throw the elbow, the forearm up into the chin or into the head of the defender, right? But those are exceptional situations. We're talking about for the masses on whole. Listen, if you run through and pick up and make a football play, most officials are going to pick up the flag. And they did. They did several times during the course of this thing. They said, you know what? Let's just let it play through. Let that play through. There was no intent there. I don't think, here's my thing. Of all the things about what goes on in football, the least of my concerns is taking care of the humans who play it. Like we're talking about competition. We're not talking about war. Like, hey, I mean, we get carried away in the machismo, but hey, no, the reality is we're just competing, and you want to compete at the highest level. Well, then there's responsibility that goes with being at the highest level. If you cannot play at that level and react in the nth percentage, guess what? Maybe it ain't for you.
But to be honest, for that game yesterday, even if that was you don't like that call, you think it was a wrong call, great game when you have a SEC crew officiating that one. I mean, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, there is a
game.
Well, because they're used to the game moving at a certain speed.
Yeah, you could see that,
right?
What's the worst crew that hooks it up for their own conference? Is it the Big 12?
Big 12's terrible. Big 12's terrible. And well, no, but I would still say the ACC's the one.
I thought we were making a run for the money. Big Ten's just been horrendous these past few years.
Oh, listen, they're so bad that they're not even in the conversation about the worst.
It's got,
like they have their own space, and just because one, they play in the worst conditions, right? They're cold. There's snow. There's consistent play, right? In the other conferences, it's a more wide open game, and so the fouls are in greater space, right? Like
I've watched Big 12 games, and it's Oklahoma's down 6 late to a really bad team, and for whatever reason, whoops, there's the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah,
here you go, Oklahoma. Let's keep your top 5 ranking.
Right.
Here you go, Texas. Here you go, Kansas State. That's what Big 12 officials always used to do.
Don is on the text line. That is a hilarious text. That is a hilarious text. That is hilarious. Harrison, read that. That is hilarious.
Oh, since DP is riled up, I'll give him this nugget of knowledge. Sports Illustrated named Gunther the male wrestler of the year, and Timeless Tony Storm the female wrestler of the year.
You know, let me say this. This is so good. This is so good on several levels. And it's funny too, because the riled up part of it is just like, to me, it's just me being a coach. Like calm down. Like calm down. You're playing football, play football. Don't cheat. Don't do too much. But the male wrestler of the year first.
That's peak male. That's what I think.
Oh, peak male. We have re-identified it. You go for it, Gunther.
Cut the revenge tour.
This
is the start of it.
You know, it's like Paul Rudd being the most handsome man on the planet. It's like we're not even trying anymore. We're not even
He's a nice guy.
He's a great guy, but no, I like a just truly likable guy. And shout out to Tony Storm, right? To think about what to doing it from that level. And then this, I don't know if folks are following her current turn, but let me just tell you, this is Mick Foley dude love level.
Yes.
Right. This is the turn of all turns. For her to just play the role of humble jobber. She's just like, listen, I don't know who's in charge of the WWE. I really don't. Because it's like, hey, Tony, here's the black card. Just come on over and do this for us. Like, it's just,
It feels like the script writers are getting all the work done, and in the middle of the night, McMahon breaks back in and does a little more few notes.
oh, he
changes
edits.
his
Yeah,
own
he edits.
magic.
Like he taps into the computer. Yeah, and he's changing the script.
Yeah, like
Well-
you guys don't know how to do it without me. I'll take back over.
DP, explain to Harrison what's going on with Tony Storm. What's the new storyline?
So I don't know if you've caught it on social media, but if you don't follow Tony Storm, go and follow her. Like, and she's a tough follow, but go follow her, because what she's done now is from Timeless Tony Storm. She has returned in the personality and profile that she's just happy to be there. She's a jobber. She's a jobber.
Amnesia. She has amnesia. She doesn't.
Right.
She doesn't
Well, we know it's amnesia, but here's the thing: she goes back and she gets there early and offers to help put the ring together and to mop floors and sweep. She hangs out with the technicians in the back, right? She walks up and humbly introduces herself to the announcers and tell them how respectful they are, and asking the wrestlers, like her competitors, people she's kicked their heads in, like, hey, if there's anything I can do for you, like, let's put on a jolly good show. And it's just because it's so good.
That's
like,
great
it's
writing.
it's so good that she's in. And it goes beyond writing. There's certain things like it's rock level now, that no matter you could not write what she's pulling off. Hoss, is that a fair thing, that this is Tony? Like, they could not, there is no wrestling writer good enough to write. And there's very few people in that space. I mean, Rock's in that space. Stone Cold's in that space. I'm trying to think who Flair's in that space. There's not many wrestlers who were in the space where they are taking what is provided for them and they're taking chicken poop and making chicken salad.
I mean, Roman Reigns has an aura around him for the last couple of years. So,
Right? I mean, right, Punk, back in the day, right?
Punk trying to make
Right.
Drew McIntyre say, "Hey, who's the guy that believed in you?" There's this one guy that really, really thought you're a good wrestler when no one else would. What was his name?
Yeah, there was a guy there was a dude, hey man. I don't know what you're talking about, but there's a dude looks vaguely like me.
Whose name we're not allowed to say on WWE Airways anymore. What was that guy's name?
Oh my goodness, they're so good. It really is. Friday was a much better vibe.
You would expect that of the last SmackDown on USA to have a good show.
Well, I didn't know how they were going to play it. Like, are you going to mention that you're changing the world, the wrestling world, in the next Friday's episode? Like, are you like, do you say that? How do you say that without disrespecting USA? Right? Like, you're, as you said, respect your, control your weapons. That there you are trying to let everybody know that, hey, no more of this 2-hour crap. We're going back to 3 hours, and we're going to put stars on the show, and we're going to have some great storylines. It's going to be interesting, because I did want to ask you about it, because there have been conflicting stories about how, so set the table. are both shows on Netflix or just one?
No, both are.
Right? So that if
All
both
three are.
shows, huh?
NXT also.
NXT. So all the programs are on Netflix. Then is talent from SmackDown going to Raw and NXT as well? Because
They will for the first couple of weeks because they're trying to really show that this is a new era.
right, like it's fantastic that through Netflix, you kind of go back under one umbrella, and then you get to really mix this thing up. And somebody asked the question, well, what's the role of jobbers going to be under Netflix?
I was just saying, the
Right,
riskiest
like-
part about this whole thing might just be Netflix itself
Right?
and that partnership.
Well, it's a power move.
It is a power move.
Like, it's a power move, but Netflix isn't going to put that kind of money up and say, okay, you're going to keep doing what you're doing.
They're gonna have some say.
Look, we want stars.
Mhm.
And it means that you also, Haas, have to go and get and make some new stars.
So when we come back from the break, let's talk about which surprise / not really a surprise people we expect on January 6th. And they're not talking about January 3rd, but that's the first SmackDown on Netflix also.
Well
Unless
played,
I'm wrong.
Crazy. Well played.
We'll talk about that next. The Breeze, don't go anywhere.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. As always, if you guys want to join in, Starter Haven text line 402-464-5685. Great way to put a face to the voice, or excuse me, text in to get your voice on the show and then use the stream to put a face to the voice. Real quick, want to get a shout out from Cliff. Cliff listening all the way out from Florida. So appreciate hearing Cliff from all the way out there. And of course, Don and our unknown texter earlier as well. All right, Haas DeBreezy, you set the stage on the last segment. I'll throw it back to you, the host as always. I'll let you start off segment 2 here.
So my audio's out. So I'm going to ask this DP real quick. Sorry, Harrison, for everything you just said, and I missed it. So big show coming on the 3rd, and it's going to have a women's championship match with Nia Jax and Naomi. There has to be someone that interferes that match. There has to be someone. With Jade Cargill getting beaten up backstage, is it going to be which female star coming in to mess with Nia Jax, Naomi's match? Go ahead, DP.
Charlotte is the feed for the interrupter, but this is the launch of Tiffy Time. Netflix is Tiffy Time. I literally I'm sorry, they owe me money, and I know they're going to use it. I know they're going to use it, but Netflix is Tiffy Time. It's been the setup. It's been the and the flip over could be that it's the girl next to Nia, right, to give us another battle in the space. But putting Charlotte versus Nia in the bounce back level of this thing, because then who is Tiffany's real target? If you make Tiffany the one who hurt Jade, then you build a perfect space for it, right? That, hey, and then you could really say, if the writing was on point, it would have been Nia. Jade comes back, interrupts, costs Nia the belt, and then Nia and Jade didn't have a battle for the ages. So you have options. Then it becomes, you know, who else is in the play. I'm simply disappointed it's not Tony. Like for Netflix and to me, the top of the world would pop off if during Nia and Nia's match that the slow reel burns, it goes black and white.
Hey, professional lip reading here. That's a great answer, DP. I love it. Professional lip reading.
Right? Like, wouldn't that? I mean, think about that. Like, think about the entire internet just exploding over it being, you know, they zoom in the camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
They zoom in the camera to the recap of her getting hit, and there inside of it is Toni Storm with the mascara running, her hand across her face, right across her mouth, and just it was Tony. It was Tony.
Oh yeah.
I would be all in.
Well, here, with whatever you just said, I got an answer for that. On January 6th, you got two great matches. You have CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and you have the Ulafala match. Which match are you looking forward to most? And are there any surprises that come from either of those matches?
I think the reemergence of John Cena, the final year launch, has to be pushed to the top, to the forefront. And I'm only upset that they didn't build it as Cena versus Roman Reigns. That in the top tier wrestlers, right? And then have Rock interrupted and interfere, right? Because how dare y'all fight for top of the pyramid when quite frankly you're just fighting for second. Right? So I think that's all for me, Harrison. It's no matter what they do, I'm going to be happy because they're trying to elevate their game. But the part of me is like, okay, does Flair come back? Does Rock come back? Does, you know, because if Charlotte comes back, it kind of erases the fact that you didn't go out and get Toni Storm during an open window.
She has to come back. She better be interfering in something.
Right. Like it has to, like, who's their target? How does that work?
Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're think about, here's the real. There's nothing they could put together that would be stronger than a Jade Cargill Charlotte Flair run. Like,
I'll sign up. I'll watch.
Like, I'm in. Now, we never got Charlotte Rhea in full.
We've gotten that.
Well, not in full. Like, I need.
We haven't
Queen
gotten
Charlotte.
Liv and Charlotte in full.
Well, no, I want Queen Charlotte, who, quite frankly, all of y'all are peasants compared to me, right? Like y'all are walking around here like y'all the queens and y'all running things, and you're the standard.
FYI, Mia got Charlotte Flair action figure for Christmas, and she said it's Queen Charlotte,
right? 100%, like 100%.
For the queen is what she did. She went just like that for the queen.
Right. But then you're going to devalue the investment you put in Tiffany, right? That and here's the other thing, Oz. If you ask me right now, I don't know who the NXT champion is, and that's for the first time. for the first time in 2 years, I don't know who the NXT champion is.
NXT has better women than men right now.
Yeah. Right, but I don't. Here's Hoss. Who's the champion?
Toni Storm.
No, that's the point. Like I'm trying to get where the WWE has to be careful about what you're doing with your belts and your straps, because The Intercontinental title, meh. Right? U.S. title, meh. Tag team titles, meh. You could not, peep this, you could not sell out any arena in America with those other titles. Just those if putting those titles on the marquee.
Braun Breaker versus someone good would work.
You really would buy if you put Braun Breaker as on the marquee. Like, and I'm old school when it comes to this thing. If you put him on the marquee and said buy a ticket, because at the top of the poster, that the wrestling poster is Braun Breaker
versus Randy Orton.
No, you better be in a high school gym. You better
versus
be.
Randy Orton.
You need to
versus
be
John
at Woodson
Cena.
High School, and we're gonna.
Braun Breaker versus Scott Steiner. Braun Breaker
No
versus John Cena.
No, none of that. None of that.
Is John Cena coming back? Is he coming back on the 6th? John Cena?
Yeah, Cena has to be ready. Like, he has to be ready. And then the question is, and I don't think they've done a good job in choosing who his opponent is. Because
one of it has to be Randy Orton.
Well, but I mean, if you're doing that, then it has to be bad Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Well, it's the favorite wrestler of the year versus John Cena, and just get the belt off of him, because I didn't even remember he was on Raw.
Right, I'm okay with Cena having an Intercontinental title run.
No, I meant take it from Gunther.
I'm 100% okay with him beating up Gunther.
It's male athlete of the year.
Yeah, the male athlete. Yeah, Cena's just coming back going, really, bro? Like that.
Okay, no, that's up.
Right? That's really the move. Is just go, really, bro?
They're setting up Gunther to fail. That's what's happening.
You've just thrown Gunther under the bus all the way.
We do got to go to a break here. DP, I know you got a great video that you were able to collect over your travels.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to save that for the last segment or if you want to go ahead and play it now.
No, you know what? We'll play it going and coming. So special added value here on The Breeze. Listen up.
Hey, 93.7 Ticket FM and all you pro wrestling fans. It's me, gold medalist and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. And I hope you're enjoying Haas and DP on The Breeze. It's the best dang pro wrestling show in Nebraska. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Incredible.
Let's go!
There's no better way to throw it to break than right there. Don't go anywhere. This is The Breeze.
It's true. It's damn true.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1003769, $395 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to its signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of The Breeze here. Harrison Arndt on the ones and twos. We got DP to my left, Boss Man, the co-host, Haas The Breeze. He's streaming in. If you guys want to join in, shout out to Don, Cliff from Florida, and everybody else chiming in through the show. And can't help it but play it the second time through here. If anybody missed it on the first time on the way out the door, we got a hell of a shout out from the one and only Kurt Angle. Well, maybe he doesn't want to load on me this time. One more shot. There we go.
Hey, 93.7 Ticket FM and all you pro wrestling fans. It's me, gold medalist and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. And I hope you're enjoying Haas and DP on the Breeze. It's the best dang pro wrestling show in Nebraska. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
That's so good. That's Haas. We made it. We're official. Like we made it. Like it's official. I don't know where to go from here.
Time to go drink some milk.
Right, right. And I think what we do for show number, well, see, I think if we plan it, then it won't happen. We may have to do a second Breeze this first week of January because you'll have the Netflix shows. But I also think that we could start to highlight some of the different wrestlers. And just imagine an entire hour of Kurt Angle highlights, or Dusty Rhodes highlights, or Roman Reigns highlights, or like I think we could go through some Billy Graham highlights. We could do entire shows of our favorite wrestlers, just their clips, right? Just their moments, some of the best matches, maybe them winning titles. Somebody asked me this, and Hoss, imagine this: if we went through a journey in time, we picked a year, and we just spent an hour talking about the title changes that year. Think we can handle that?
Oh yeah.
Right? Like I mean, the Hulk, Ultimate Warrior, Savage, Steamboat year. Just if we just clip the title reign moments, right? Oh, right. I mean, text line, you can tell me if we're wrong, but I think that would be another thing that we could do that would just kind of shake the world up a little bit. Because I don't think anybody else is doing that.
Title reigns back in the day. I'm not talking about like 50 years ago, but the Stone Cold era, the Rock era, it'll be the Rock one week, and for a couple weeks, then it'll be Mick Foley, then it'll be Stone Cold, then it'll be Triple H. So it changed hands a lot. For right now, it's been Cody Rhodes since April. It's been Gunther since the summer. It doesn't change hands. It's been Roman Reigns for 1,000 days. So to have those title changes, because it meant something to have championship matches in the late 90s, early 2000s. There's suspense when you have title matches now. Yeah, the only way you can have a championship is if you steal it, like Kevin Owens did to Cody Rhodes. That's it.
Yeah. I think that I just in my head, you can go back because the Harley Race, Dusty, Tommy Rich, Jack Briscoe run was unique. It was unique. Then you had the Hogan, Flair, Ultimate Warrior run. We could do a show on shortest title reigns because there are guys who got the title and they really were holding over. I mean, think about it. Ivan Koloff actually had strap for a bit. The Iron Sheik, for all of his legends, only had the title for like a minute, a cup of coffee. And then
Kofi Kingston,
right?
Kofi Kingston lost his belt in 8 seconds, and he had it from WrestleMania to the first episode of SmackDown on Fox, which is why the first episode of SmackDown on Netflix and the first episode of Raw on Netflix, I'm expecting big things, like 1,000th episode of Raw things. Like it's going to be bigger than all that. Like it might start with Vince McMahon coming out in the beginning and being like, "This is my show.
I'm back."
That was my Netflix subscription. If that's the case,
I'm back. I'm back. Like it's really interesting time. But Hoss, we'll talk about it during the week. We'll figure this out.
Absolutely. You're DP there. Probably sometime this week you'll get a round 2 of the Breeze. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Haas the Breezy streaming in.
Bye, D-Lo. See you later, D-Lo.
That's a wrap for us. Talk to you guys later.